Eric. How are you? Bruno, hi. You're good. That's all I want to hear. What's everyone doing today? You're at a ball game. Were you playing or were you watching? That's so fun. Oh, Adams. Yes, I didn't click on the link. That's what it is? Okay, I'll click on it. I love that you like Legally Blonde. I know they made a show about it. I haven't heard. People love that movie. Legally Blonde. I mean, it's good. It's a good movie. It's like, you can like Pink and be a lawyer. Wow. I don't know why. That's the meaning of the movie. The only thing about that movie, it's very, sorry, I don't believe that a murder case would be assigned to, I don't know, like a law school class, and that, I don't know, I guess things could happen. And that, one of the students would be the one to crack the case. Not crack the case, but you know. Watching your but you used to play baseball? That's cool. Did your team win? My brother-in-law used to play baseball. He was really, really good. Pizza with stuffed shells tonight for dinner. What do you mean stuffed shells? Like crust? Pizza. What's your pizza order? A 25-pound steak? No. Sorry, I've never had a steak in my life. That sounds impossibly large. Hi, Alan. You're not a slave to the system yet? I'm so happy for you. That's wonderful news. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just putting shit on my face. Don't say you're a slave to the system, though, even as a joke. I don't want you to feel that way. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't shoot their... What? They just don't. Oh, that's a line from the movie. Right. They just don't. Matthew, hi. Stuffed shell pasta. That sounds so good. Oh, coffee, those stupid for show muscles are just another form of addiction. What? People are so afraid of addiction. I think it's funny. I don't know. I shouldn't laugh about that. But, ooh. It's just it's such a word in the culture that's what if I'm addicted? And, I don't know. I just think people have a fear of I'm addicted. And, come to wow, you're okay. got a new schedule at work. It's horrible. I'm so sorry. What do you do for work, Alan? And do you want to talk about it? Because I don't want you to feel that way going in. I really don't. And I just wonder if we can kind of like, if you're willing, I just wonder if we could, did that like make my forehead look bigger? If we could push the needle that you go into work with this new schedule feeling a little bit like more okay about it. Yeah, that like when life changes up on you like that, you don't have to like give it negative meaning, right? With bacon pizza. Never had bacon either. I mean bacon and pizza though. With stuffed shells. I'm very excited for your evening. You're the catcher, 0.278. Oh man, you were really good. Sorry, I don't know baseball stats, but like, that's very cool. You have baseball energy. I mean that as the highest form of compliments. Baseball guys are good guys. Also just athletes in general. Like, honestly, if you're an athlete, automatically, like, you have discipline, you have play, you have sportsmanship, you have team, like, you know how to work with a team. I love sports. Genes matter, exercise is bullshit. I disagree. Old coffee. But if you want to say further what you're talking about, we can open up that conversation. Depends on like why you're exercising. Gods, hey, I'm good. How are you? I'm gonna need another one of these little beverages. Meaning I hit the ball 8 out of 9 times. Major League. Why didn't you continue? That's so good. I'm very impressed. Ethan, yeah, that was hey, you solved the puzzle of the title. Yeah, that's what I was going for. You'll be getting off at 6 p.m. Okay. I feel like now I look a little orange. Maybe I'm fine. Oh. Muscle heads wind up in jail. I think exercise is a way of exercising self-discipline in a very like it doesn't really like require anyone else. It's very doable. It's very, very doable. So I can see how people get a lot of like fulfillment out of that. And maybe they get addicted to that feeling of fulfillment, you know, because all they have to do is like pick up a heavy object and they see results or whatever. Or maybe even just like they know that they lifted that number. But yeah, of course, like hopefully you have other forms of self-esteem or like identity aside from that. Oh shoot, I'm so behind in the chat. Been a while. Taylor, hi. Ethan, sorry if I didn't say hello. Oh, and I'm gonna be better about actually reading the chat, but enough about baseball. How's your day? Yeah, mine is just working like a dog so my boss can buy new cars. Okay, I want to talk about work. I want to talk about work for all of you guys. Have you ever seen Legally Blondes? It's about these two blondes British girls who are cousins of Elwoods. No, I haven't seen that. Adriano, hi. Omer, nice hair, thank you. Sync, hi. Bia, hi girl. Again, so you're just like special. You get the blue, but like if you feel like modding, go for it. If you don't feel like it, it's okay. If you feel like watching, it's okay. But I'm happy you're here. Bruno, I couldn't continue playing because I couldn't choose money over my family and all the hard work I did doing construction. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, good. I'm sure you made the right choice. No, Bia, you forgot about moderation. No, I'm just letting you know if you see that you're blue like that. Like, I don't want you to feel like you now have a job, you know? Think I'm doing very good. Am I saying your name the way you want me to? Ethan, it all sounded so American since that's where I come from and I hear that a lot. Via, how are you, Nasina? I'm very, very good. Okay. Marcelo, or is it Marcello? Nothing beats shutting myself away in my bedroom to spot on my Russian. Are you learning Russian? Sync. Okay. Matthew, hi. You guys are so cute. I mean, sometimes like I don't put a topic, or sometimes I put the topic. Like yesterday, I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about, and then I ended up talking about something completely different. So that just happens sometimes. And even for today, like I like seeing where the conversation's going, or I don't know what I'm getting from what everyone else is saying. Yeah, you're drying your hair now. Okay. Oh, Bruno, you're gonna brag one last time. I could have been drafted by the New York Mets, but I refused because baseball was more of a happy hobby. That's very cool. I believe you. I believe you, and I also know that like all of those skills from baseball, everything you learned and everything that like you became because of baseball, I know that served you in different ways. Think I'm fun. Thank you. You're fun. Is it sank? Like, are you French? Marcello, I spend 2 hours brushing up on my Russian. Great stuff, really. That is so impressive. Is it just for fun, or is it for a specific goal? Is it like so I can finally read Dostoevsky in the original language? What's with the dry mouth? Snack cider? Sank. You're French. That's very cool. Bia, your hair is naturally black. I think that is rare. Like, I think most hair is actually just a very dark brown. Unless you're being funny in some way. Makeup girl. I just felt like playing around with it a little. Bruno, this is the last time we'll talk about baseball. I still get good benefits. Like meeting the Mets team every time they're in Queens playing. Really? Dude, that's incredible. Waleed, hi. CW Adams, Frank's Pizza is currently out of stuffed shells. Are you gonna be okay? So I'm gonna order chicken parmesan instead. Okay. Okay. It's all right. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, buddy. The chicken parm. The chicken parm. Bruno, I got something to say. I finally worked up the courage to play and sing songs like that I like in front of people. What? Where? Tell me more. What am I? I'm Canadian. I grew up in Montreal, so I also speak French. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Jesus loves me. Yeah. Duh. Like, I know, I've heard the plot. Sorry, I don't mean that. You have another presentation tomorrow, Pia. If there are recordings, I'll provide the link. Okay, cool. Waleed, what's my content? Yeah, I'm here to like mostly provide like a really good vibe and to hype you all up and to make you feel supported in whatever it is you're doing in life. But also, I think this channel is about being your most self-expressed, authentic, realized self. Thank you. Gods. I just wanted to know what was your experience while playing the character of Face Seed. Yeah, like I have talked about it. What do I have to say? It was a job. It was a very cool job. I don't know that I thought too much about it. I just threw myself in. You know, I had a very specific view of Faith. I think they were exploring all kinds of different things with her. Like they really couldn't find the girl. I don't know. Maybe they were getting, I don't know what they were getting. I don't know what kind of tapes they were receiving, what kind of auditions they were receiving, or like what kind of interpretations they were getting. My interpretation was very much like, if I'm honest, like, you know that girl who gets like kind of passed around from guy to guy? Like, obviously that wasn't in there, but it kind of was. From guy to guy, and instead of, and I mean, so traces of that are there. You learn like, oh, I kind of need to like earn my place. But you also learn like there's a kind of power in like what you've experienced in that world. I'm getting really specific. This was like more on like a very subtle level. And it's like, oh, okay, like I know what it's like to feel lost and taken advantage of and undervalued. And I don't want others to feel that way. And I'm gonna like find them and show them a different way. But it's still like from that wound, if that makes any sense. You're kind of just like, I don't know how to say it. It's kind of like flipping what had happened to her. But anyway, like I had like lots of like weird kind of abstract thoughts about it. I guess I still do. Ultimately, I think, like, yeah, she's like the perfect example of like when someone tries to do good. I really thought she was trying to do good and really believed in the cause. But like when someone tries to do good, but it's coming from like a really victimized place, and like she still has like so many unresolved issues and like still has like so much anger, obviously, it's gonna come out in certain ways. So Lena, hi Miss J, hi. Bruno, just at my hometown bar, and it's mainly country songs because country songs. That is so cool. How did it go? Did everyone like it? I bet they did. Adam's chicken parmesan is good. Kabil, you're able? Cool. Kabil from Tunisia. Hi. Waleed, thank you. I really appreciate that. I also like your name. Waleed Insights. What kind of insights do you have? Matthew, I'm sure it is. Shea Stadium was fairly old. I've never been to Shea Stadium. Bruno, your favorite dinner is steak and rice and beans. How do you do your rice and beans? Because I want to learn how to do that like properly. Thank you. Like my eyes. Thank you. Adam's Faith was more like a victim of Joseph than a villain. Yeah, she was a victim. But I think she's like a really good example of like when victimhood. Well, I mean, like most villains do that. Like, what happens if you stay stuck in a victim mentality? And she didn't actually see who the real perpetrator was in so many ways, and didn't see that she had choice and she had freedom and she had like her life was her own. Her life was her own, man. Yeah, like I still remember the monologue, and I remember sometimes it's kind of hard as an actor to be like sometimes you judge the character, you do. And I remember thinking like, oh, I can't judge her, but seeing like the flaw in her story. What's that pink thing? I don't know. But yeah, I love eating rice and beans. No, I'm serious, because I made like kind of like a Mexican lunch, and I want to learn how to make proper beans and rice. It doesn't have to be Mexican. It could be like Brazilian. Yes, yes. God, so it was really enchanting. Oh, it was really the same past as the character. It was honestly touching for me. Oh, that's really good. I think everyone's had something like that. And I mean, I don't want to speak too deeply of it, but like, yeah, you know, when you feel like really hurt and betrayed in one specific family or in one specific area. And so you're always looking for that. But because you're so like wounded in that area, you'll kind of take any affection, any sense of belonging. And in some ways, you'll repeat the pattern. Yeah, like I think she's a very tragic character. Tragic also like because it obviously, like, you have to accept the fact that like she was a villain. At least like I did. And I didn't know I was a villain at first. But like, so actually like those wounds manifested in like violence and harm, you know? Bruno, everyone thought I had either a great voice or they thought I was trying too hard. Okay, cool. Maybe you were trying too hard. but you did it. I bet you have a good voice. Are you gonna do it again? 74749. I got cat eyes. Thanks. You're crying. Wait. No. Wait, if I'm gonna do rice and beans, I boil the rice in a bag while that's cooking. I put the beans either in a pot or I take a blowtorch. What? Boil the rice in a bag? You cook them with a blowtorch? Adams, your mom only likes places that sell Coca-Cola. I kind of understand that and respect it. Tell your mom I get it. I get it. Like, the instant it's like, no, they only sell Pepsi. Oh. Gods. Yeah, I know she resonated with a lot of people, so I also like don't want to take away that for anyone. It's interesting, like I played her, but I'm like, guys, like like she's tragic to me. She's tragic. I really wish she could have, if it was like a real story, I really wish she could have grown a bit more as a character. You know what I mean? In a real story, she would have had to like look at herself a bit deeper. While it's boiling, open in the bag. Drain the water, then take butter and let it melt over the rice. Why a bag? I'm so curious. Neko Taxi, hi. We're just talking about beans and rice and baseball. My voice would be perfect for a duo. Yo, that'd be so cool. I like country. Adams. One time we were shopping at Aldi's. Yeah, I know Aldi's. We ordered black beans and the scanner overscanned the black beans over We love black beans. What? You like Adams, you like Pepsi and Coke? Wow. Dare to be different. Bia, you're home alone. I love this feeling. I love that for you. Neko Taxi, thank you. You're doing an amazing job. Bruno, with beans, just boil them or steam them, then add them to the rice and let the flavors speak for themselves. But like, what are the spices? What's the magic? Is there no magic? Am I thinking there's like something that... What's the magic? Because it's magic when like people do it properly. Dominic. Oh, thank you for telling me your actual name. Dominic. That's a great name. Tempeki. Yeah, I played a maid in Handmaid's Tale. Is there a specific role I'd like to play? Like a specific... I'd love to play like more action roles. I actually think that would be really, really fun. I'd also love to play anything Jane Austen. I think that would be so fun. And actually, I'd love to play something that's like just like a normal girl. I'd love to like, yeah, just play like a normal girl in like modern day life. That would be so fun. I haven't gotten to do that very often. What's my favorite cologne for guys? I'm not sure. There was this cologne I smelled once on a guy. I think I really like amber notes. So there was some amber or something in there and it was good. Sorry, I don't know what he was wearing. Amber notes though, if it's kind of like, and I really like Bois Imperial. Pickles, Adams, one time I put pickles in Pepsi and drank it and it was good. Okay, I believe you. Bruno, you're overthinking the spice. Reason why I bag it, because if you boil rice just in the pan, it's a hassle to unstick them. Beans, just boil them. Then add whatever spices you want. Okay, 74749. Yes, I'm an actress. Mind games. The cologne. That's a cologne. Is it good? Dracar Noir. That's like a classic, right? I also think Calvin Klein 1 is like, is that the one I'm thinking of? Or is it like Dolce Gabbana Blue? Like, Calvin Klein 1, I think that was like a killer. I do like Old Spice. Bia, you need to trim your edges. Whoa, it's already 4:30. I'm so sorry. Or no, I'm not sorry. I just didn't realize. Can we see the fit today? Like Star Hopper, it's really like whatever. I'm going to play tennis after, so I'm just wearing yoga pants and an oversized sweatshirt. Sierra Mist. Was that a perfume? No, I don't. Calvin Klein super basic. Yeah, but I kind of like that basic thing. I don't know. Please don't flash me here. That's cool. Bruno, okay. Send me your locals. We want to see the tennis fit. Star Hopper. I mean, it's like, I'm just wearing like a little t-shirt. I got daisies. I'm going for black as opposed to the traditional white. What? Calvin Klein? Alan, what are you talking about? Of course you guys are asking about acting. I was thinking about that today. Is it hard? I always, when people are like, oh, that's hard, I always don't want to talk about it in that way. I'm not doing myself any favors thinking of it that way. And people can kind of create their own like resistance or difficulty by like, oh yeah, like, oh, this is such a tough business. You know, like people talk about, oh, this business and like all the reasons why it's so difficult. And I'm just you get to say what it's like. So for me, like, I've been really lucky. And also, like, I think I'm good at it. And I tend to get the right roles for me at the right time. When, like, I know that, like, my own energy and, like, my own, what I'm going through in life, it affects, like, how my career is going. I could talk more about that, but anyway. Bia, Your mom supports you being an actress. I'm really happy for you too about that. Of course she does. Of course she does. What's your mom's name? Us, man. I'm good. Star Hopper, what pants am I wearing? Yo, they're just like yoga pants. They're like, here we go. They're stretchy yoga pants. Okay. Brandon, am I okay? I think so. Thanks for your concern. Like, I really mean that. I'm okay. They're being weird. Oh my god. Okay. Anna Paula? Is it Paula or Paula? Okay. I did want to talk about freedom. Freedom. Do you want to talk about it? I'm good. Oh, okay. Star Hopper, no, we don't get to see the back of them. You have to see me on the tennis court for that. Yeah. I want to kind of like bring up this idea of freedom more. I don't know how I want to approach this exactly. I was thinking a bit about it while I was getting ready for today. And more the reason that I want to talk about it is because I think like even very subtly, like yesterday we were talking about money, but even very subtly, I think people might be holding on to something or holding on to like many things and kind of normalizing this idea of being hedged in, of not having options, of like not being in control of their own lives, their own destinies, of being like, you know, not free. And they might not put it in that way. They might not say it in that way, but ultimately that's what it is. It's this feeling of like, I have to do what I have to do. I have to do what other people say, or I have to do what's in front of me, or like the options are limited, so this is what I have to do. Or, you know, it might be like with acting and it's like, oh, I don't get to do what I want to do. Like, or in a career, like, oh, what I really want is this, but that's not available to me, so I have to do this. Or, oh, I don't know, like you have some limitation that you're perceiving, so I have to do this. Like a sense of freedom is also lost when like you think that certain things aren't for you, right? That isn't available to you. And basically it's like you always get to choose what you focus on. So you can accept and normalize and focus on this feeling of helplessness in a way, of like constraint, conditions, like no's, limitation, right? That's essentially what we're focused on. Do you feel like you are limited in some way, that you don't have freedom? Or are you focusing on and being aware of the freedom that you do have? And can you actually find that sense of freedom? Can you like find that sense of like expansive, like, I get to do what I want. I have choice. I have options. I have possibilities. I am free. Most of the time, do you walk around feeling like you're free or like you're not free? Which is it? So, if there's any kind of sense in your life that you are not the master of your own destiny, that's what this talk is about. And I probably need to hear this too if it's coming up. So in some ways I'm talking to all of you, but I'm also talking to myself. And yes, I know I keep like patting my eyes, but I don't know, it's making me feel better. So this is like literally what I would do if I was not feeling free in some situation or in life. I would start looking around for ways that I am free that I've been taking for granted. I would like look around for things that would give me that feeling of freedom. So it might be like, I get to choose my clothes every day. No one's telling me what to do. I choose my clothes. I wear whatever I want. And for the most part, I really do wear whatever I want. I really wear whatever I want. Most days I don't wear makeup. I do what I want. Most days I actually wake up whenever I want. Okay, and so like I'm looking for like clues that actually I am free. Like this is like I'm solving a case to prove that actually I'm like really free. I'm in a position right now where I wake up whenever I want. And so like as I'm finding these things, like I'm starting to feel like, oh, like I'm really like, you know, that just expansive feeling, you start to feel it. You start to like, it just like starts to permeate everything, right? That kind of energy. I have freedom of speech. I get to come on here and I get to say what's on my mind, what I would like to express in the way that I would like to express it. I speak English, like someone cared enough to teach me how to speak. And I have words and we have language and I can actually communicate. So I have that. I'm able to communicate. And I think I'm pretty good at communicating it. And I get better and better at communicating. Like sometimes skills and abilities are freedoms. Do you get that? They enable freedom. So think of all the things that have like enabled more and more freedom that you take for granted. Even if like you have a job or they change your schedule on you. This is what I'm talking about. You can feel like a victim or like something is happening to you. Like, oh no, they're taking away something from me. And you can focus there. Or you can focus more and more on like, well, okay, that's happening, but I get to choose my attitude towards it. I get to choose what that means. I get to choose who I am, even though this is happening. And start to look at like how you're already doing that. Like I choose so many things. And you have like freedom of thought too, which I've definitely argued with people about. You do have freedom in what you put your mind to and what you focus on and what you think about and what you choose to believe. In so many ways, you have nothing but freedom. How's everyone doing? Is everyone like thinking about how unlimited most of their life is? Bruno, but freedom does come up with a price. Some good, some bad, but it's up to you what you want to do with freedom. So there's different ways of defining freedom. And yeah, it's interesting even thinking about this or talking with this. I did find like myself being like, oh, freedom is scary. But again, it's all about how you define it. And it's more a feeling that I'm looking for with this conversation, which is like ultimately it's the opposite of that being caged in, right? It's like, oh, I don't have to do anything. I get to do things. And actually like I'm so, again, it's just like it's like I'm kind of trying to like get to like a cure for this feeling that I think is actually very pervasive in society that kind of says like things just are how they are and we're subject to this or we're subject to that or we have to go with blah 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 blah. And I would say like absolutely turn everything into your life into something good. And that is a way of exercising freedom. And find this part of you that actually feels free within the constraints. Because that's the thing too, like as a creative person, I love constraints. I love them because they like focus me and they untap something for me, right? So again, it's like something that's offered to me that actually like, because there's no longer like limitless possibilities, and actually in your days, I would suggest that like you have limitless possibilities. You actually do. But you have limits, and within those limits, you have focus, and that creates something from that place. So to like work with the constraints is actually like a really good thing. It allows for freedom. I talk about this like with my friends a lot, the idea of like monogamy. And for what it's worth, like I'm someone who believes in monogamous relationships. Monogamy actually allows for different things. It gives a certain kind of freedom that if you're like into just like dating or like polyamorous, like I feel like you're cutting off some options there. So suddenly this is becoming like a very complicated conversation, but I don't want it to be. James, hi. But I think one of the things too is like with this feeling of freedom comes like a feeling of empowerment. That's kind of what I'm reaching for with this. And I always want you guys to feel powerful. I always want you guys to feel free. I always want you to feel like appreciative and to actually like clue into how, yeah, just like how much you're doing day to day, how many choices you're making, how well you're making those choices, how well you're navigating everything. And yes, like how free you are. You are so, so, so free. And everything is working for that freedom. Everything is working to express and support that freedom. I really mean that. And so you make choices, like you make choices in the way that you perceive things. And life goes like, okay, great. Like we're going to support you in this choice. And like, or you in this choice in like how things are unfolding. Like your brain will literally support however you choose to see it. And be like, okay, we're going to give you more and more. We're going to make sure that you see things the way that you've decided to see things. You are so, so, so free that you can put limitations on yourself, that you can feel helpless, that you can feel powerless. That's how free you are. This is something that I really struggled to get because I heard it a lot. That's like, you are so free, you can put limitations. You are so free, you can make yourself unfree. That's how free you are. And to think about this kind of, and sorry if this like goes over your head, it's okay, but whatever is there for you, you'll get. If you think of it in terms of like the universe only functions in terms of abundance. There's only isness. Does that make sense? There's only something that is. There's no such thing as like, there's no such thing really as nothing, as no thing. Because if you can think of it, it's something. Okay, so there's only isness, there's only abundance. All right, that's just how it works. Therefore, there's also like, it presumes the fact that like freedom exists. Freedom, right? Like everything exists, possibility is what is. Okay, and from that place, you can create the possibility of not having. You can create the possibility, like you're so valuable inherently that you can create the possibility of not being valuable. You have so much that you can create the possibility of not having. And this is suddenly such a bigger conversation than I was planning on. I guess what I would want to say in more practical terms is if you're feeling unfree in any capacity, come back to, I think this is like the most practical thing. Come back to like, I get to decide what this means. And Alan, I'm kind of picking on you, but this could be for anyone. It's like your schedule changed. That doesn't mean that like you're a slave to the system or whatever it is you said. You're not a slave. You're not a slave. You're never a slave. You're never a slave. You're never a slave. Okay, but you get to say what it means, and you get to say, like, this is actually something really good for me. You have that freedom to do so, don't you? You also have other possibilities. And more importantly than ever, it's just like, I think if you tap more and more into this feeling, this kind of state of freedom, of possibility, of like, I'm making choices every day, just like automatically. I'm just choosing. I'm just exercising freedoms and rights every single day, because it's just so there for me. You're going to start to feel really different about yourself. You're going to start to feel like really expansive and actually really powerful and really like boss man, boss lady. You're making executive decisions every single day about everything. Everything. If your life was like a business, you're making all kinds of choices, all kinds of like executive decisions on a minute by minute basis. And you're saying, this is how it runs. This is how it works. This is how it works. This is how it works. And that should be exciting, I think. If that's not exciting to you, that you're in charge of this, it means something. And it's like worth examining. It should be exciting. Like, I'm excited thinking about this. And if I could think of like any kind of like dread that comes with that, it's like people think that, oh, the responsibility, or, oh, if things aren't going well in my life, then it's up to me. But again, don't make that choice that anything's not going right. And don't ever make the choice to be hard on yourself. And don't ever make the choice to blame yourself or to look at yourself negatively or critically or to worry or to get frustrated or to don't, like, again, if you have choice, if you're running the business, if you're the boss and you are the boss, then you have those choices too about what definitions you make for yourself and what definitions you make for your life, past, future, and present. And I also want to say, like, you're also, okay, you're completely free when it comes to the present and when it comes to the past, when it comes to anything you've been, anywhere you've been, anyone you've been. Every moment is new. All that exists is now. All that exists is now. All that actually exists is now. And you are free now to define what this moment means, and this moment means, and who you are now, and who you are now, and who you are now, and who you are now. And if you are deciding you are not because of the past, it is because you are so free that you can decide that. If you think that, oh, I'm not allowed to feel rich because of my bank account, because of what this many dollars, because of what I think this many dollars is in my bank account has to mean about me. Where is it written that like you must feel this way if this amount of dollars is in your bank account? You're deciding that. You're deciding, no, this can't equate that. If you're saying, no, I cannot feel beautiful or be beautiful if my nose is not whatever, you're deciding that. You are so free, you get to decide what beauty is. You get to decide. If you say, no, I'm worthless because I got an F in my math test, you're deciding that. You are so free, you can determine that. And if you are so free that you can say that, if you can like equate like meaningless things to add up to, how does that equate to that? But you decide that, you can do that. Then you can then you are free enough to decide anything. Anything. And stop deciding things and stop choosing things and stop electing things and stop being free in ways that are against yourself. Always choose freedom for yourself in whatever way that means. Find definitions, find ways of looking at things, perspectives that make you feel more like yourself, more safe, more secure, more excited, more passionate, more loving, more generous, that make you feel better, not worse. If you're choosing to look at something in a way that makes you feel worse, and I'm using choosing like very liberally, but very intentionally, you are choosing. If you can identify, oh, I'm thinking of it in this way, then guess what? You've become aware of it and now you're choosing it. If you continue to think that way after becoming aware of it, you're choosing it. Does it actually work for me to think of it like this? Does it actually work for me? Is it good? Is this like, does this make me feel excited, happy, content? Does this make me feel in the direction of where I want to go? No, then maybe I need to think of it differently. Maybe I can possibly think of this differently in a way that better serves me. Because I'm free to do so. And you might not be perfect at it immediately because you're very used to thinking of yourself as not free. And lots of people might talk about things in a way that's like, oh, well, you know, that just happens. Or, oh, well, like in this kind of way that's like, well, you just have to do it. Like, you just have to put up with stuff and you're just a helpless human being and you don't get to choose. You might have to practice and you might have to refocus yourself into that awareness that you always have choice, that you're always free, 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 that you're always free and safe and free and free and free and free. And that's okay. I think like the most charismatic and peaceful people in the world, one of the things that they're very free about is that like they don't care what other people think of them, right? Two things, I guess. Okay, I would say they really don't care what other people think. Meaning, regardless of what other people think, they don't lose that sense of freedom. like, it doesn't change how they're going to think of themselves, how they're going to look at the world, how they're going to look at what they're doing or what they're trying to accomplish. Or like, people can say whatever and they are still free. And also, I would say it's people that have no expectations, no pressure on themselves for it to unfold just perfectly, just right, because they're so free that even if something comes up unexpected, that doesn't have control over them. And it doesn't. Just because something happens doesn't mean I redefine who I am. I redefine how my life is going. I redefine like whether I'm good at this or whether I'm successful or whether I'm whatever it is. They don't give their sense of freedom away. They don't give it away to other things or other people. And the more that you just like embody this sense of, oh, actually, I'm actually like really spacious inside, right? My life is really spacious. I'm really free to do and act and react and think and create and see and look. You won't be coming from a place that's like pinched. You'll be a very different person. And you'll probably be really great to be around. And you'll probably more and more start choosing things that actually make you happy, that actually are representative of who you are and what you're about. And if ever you don't do that, you'll catch yourself more and more. So really, I just want to offer to you guys that you're all free. You're all free right now, beautifully. You're so free. You're so free. You're so free. And you don't need to do anything about that. You don't need to do anything about that, but just look at it. Just remember it. Just feel into it. It should be exciting. It should be exciting. Okay, I went over. You feel 18. I love that, Alan. Bruno. Sorry. Alan, I'll miss you. I really love your presence on these chats. Maybe your schedule will change. Maybe things will work out. Or, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'll miss you. You've been really wonderful on these chats, and I hope I see you soon. Any advice for those who are 19 years old? What? 21 gun, you're 22. Alan, you'll be back. I know you will, baby. I know. 21 gun, you want to give advice? Sure. Synthetic, I love your presence. Yeah, I do. Hi, by the way. Dwell on the past. Keep your head up and don't dwell on the past. That's really good advice, Bruno. Reynolds. Something in planner today. We 19, we need advice. Bia, the impression I get of you for what it's worth, is like you have it so together. I feel like you just do what you want, and you're excited and you're passionate and you're optimistic, and just like trust yourself. That's what I would say to a young person. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, and also like trust life. Trust life. Like, it's all working out. You like advice at any time. You're also really, really open as a person, which is so beautiful. Alan, I'll have to take a day off from work eventually. Yeah. And that's when I'll be back. And also, like, I don't know, a change of schedule. Like, change can be good. Mixes it up. I don't know. Maybe, like, there's, like, someone on this new schedule that you're going to be working with. That, like, you need to meet. I don't know. It's new. It's new. New is good. Life's tough. Get a helmet. Life's really easy. Life's easy if you let it be. Life's tough. Synthetic. Where am I from, tiny girl? Yo, thank you for the tulip. I'm from Canada, but I'm in LA right now. Gods. Enjoy every single... Oh, this is for Pia. Enjoy every single day of your life. It can get harder if you don't choose and decide your path carefully. I love that, Gods. Yeah, enjoy every single day of your life. I would also say that, like... yes, choose your path carefully, but everything's valuable. And sometimes you choose the wrong thing because it lets you know more what the right thing is. If you use everything, even the mistakes, if you use it up and you give it good meaning, first of all, it all like gets to move and change because you've used it up. You used it, right? You used it up. So like, okay, you can move beyond that now. And it just means that, like, again, you are so free. You can decide that everything, even your mistakes, your wrong choices, are right choices in some way. So I just want to add that because you don't need to put so much pressure on yourself to, like, make the right choices. You're going to make the right choices, okay? You're going to make the right choices. But, like, yeah, it's good advice. Neko Taxi, I got so much happening in my life. I don't really know what I need or what to do. Do you find it overwhelming? Like, what's the feeling? You're allowed to go really general, you know? Sometimes if you don't really know what you want, or it's just like a bit messy or overwhelming or confusing or whatever it might be, like, it's enough to be like, oh, I just want a little bit of clarity, or like, I want a little bit of, like, I want to see things simpler, or I just want like a little bit of direction, or I want, you know, you're allowed to be really general and expect it to show up once you've named that, you know. Look for it. Put your focus there as opposed to the thing that now you know you don't want, right? 21 gun. You are beautiful. Thank you. Alan, you're so sweet. Waleed, insights. To what extent you're free? Do you make your own clothes, food, movies, music, school, books? Sometimes, like, is that a literal question? Or sometimes not having to do things gives you freedom? Do you know what I mean? Like, be creative with this. But, like, the fact that I don't have to make my own clothes is, like, really free. I don't have to, like, not having to do things is a kind of freedom. Obviously. Bruno, I got started on my career path early because all my family's construction men that work hard until you decide you want to be lazy in your final years. Yeah, I mean, I admire that life. How do you feel about that, Bruno? Adams. One time I had a weird dream that Lucius Malfoy gave a bunch of orphans Heinz baked beans. Brian Kai from Australia. Hi, we're in Australia. Gods, I know you're right, but some mistakes always stay with you. Speaking from experience, although I turned my life 180 degrees. Some mistakes. Like, up till very recently, I would have agreed with you. I know what you mean by, like, stay with you. But literally, if you can just, like, sit with something in your life. I'm really serious. And sometimes you don't want to do this because you're still angry or upset about what happened. You don't want to be okay with it. It feels like a betrayal to be okay with it. But if you care more about how you feel and moving past it, and you sit with something that happened, and you actively force yourself to think of how this was a good, how is this possibly a good thing? Like the smallest, stupidest thing. What did it teach you? Was there anything good about that? Was there anything good that came out of that? And you just start looking for those things. I have so much compassion for anyone who does not want to do this, who is resistant to this. But it means that you get stuck with those things longer if you fight it. Is there anything good that happened out of that? And if you're honest, of course there were. Of course there were good moments within that. Of course there were. Because life tends to be pretty good, even in the worst case scenario. That's how good it is. And I'm thinking of something very specific for me. And if you can do that, you literally change the experience, because all you have is like perspective, is like a personal experience. If you change the meaning, if you start focusing on these things in the past from a different vantage point, and you start becoming aware of the good parts, you change the experience of it. You change the thing itself. You change the past. Do you get that? Because you're looking at it differently. And all you have is that. And from that place, it just the second that you allow it to no longer be a mistake, it stops being a mistake. You're the only one deciding it was a mistake. It's really you. I'm just telling you, it really is you. It's you. You're the one saying this shouldn't have happened. You're the one suffering from that. And if you can be like, even if it's like, you know what, but like, made me tougher. Made me tougher. Okay, there you go. Made me see that, oh, like made me value something differently. Made me value other things differently. And actually, and like stay with that. And actually, like, I'm really glad that I value like family over money or whatever it might be. I don't know what it is. I'm really glad that I value family over money, because if that hadn't happened, if I hadn't like learned to value these things, then all these other things wouldn't have happened. It's not small to do that. And you do it for yourself. Bruno, I agree. I got caught up in some shady stuff, but I turned away from it because I don't want my life to be ruined by the mistakes of others. But you turned away from it. And that probably gave you a kind of compass to not fall into that again. And again, like, you got focused on the kind of life that you do want. .21 gun. She's Canadian, no complications. Do Canadians not have complications? Bruno, LA, I will only visit if the Mets are playing the Dodgers. Okay. I'm gonna call them up, see if we can arrange something. Neko Taxi, I'm not really good at confession, but I feel time go fast, growing too fast. I feel overwhelmed. Okay. So what is it you want? It sounds like you kind of want to be... Time is going too fast. Time is going too fast. I mean, the way to make it feel like time is slow, I really mean this, time is slow, is you just have to be more present, and you have to be more in your days, more in time. Because suddenly, for what it's worth, there's like a really good book that really changed my perspective about days and time. I think it's called Storytelling, and it's by someone who used to do stories at the Moth. And so he used to actually teach about telling stories, and part of how you teach telling stories is you have to like come up with stories that actually happen in your life. So you have to start being curious about your life, and like, what are the stories inside your day? Like, what are the interesting things that happen to you? And so for him, he has this practice where like he makes sure that every single day he writes down something. Sorry that I can't remember his name, but I believe the book is called Storytelling. And he writes down one thing every day that is story worthy. What's one thing that happened in your day that's kind of interesting or unique or curious? And he writes it down. And also he's like looking for like a more expansive kind of view of like, oh yeah, like, how do I actually build this into a story, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to go into that just yet. But what he realized doing that exercise of finding one thing that was story worthy every single day is suddenly, because he had made a note of it and paid attention and focused in that way, he remembered his days so much clearer. His days were so full. He actually had them, right? Like he was actually in them, paying attention, like pulling them apart, like using them. He had to think objectively and constructively about his days. And I would suggest that to you, or to anyone who feels like life is passing by really quickly, is like, what's like a really like funny, weird, interesting, amazing thing that happened today? And write it down. And then do it the next day, and do it the next day, and do it the next day. And your relationship to your days will be different. I do this every single day. So like my form of journaling, I haven't talked about this, but my form of journaling is like pretty much I write down everything good that happened the day before. Everything good. And sometimes it's like really, really small and really, really specific, but I like it. And what I've noticed since I started doing this is it's like, oh my God, that was only yesterday, or like, that was only yesterday. So much happened. So much happened yesterday. If I think of yesterday, yeah, like there was like lots of weird people on the chat, and I got 2 mods. And what else happened? I went hiking, and I was like racing up the hill, and I wrote this down. Again, I wrote this down. I was like so energized racing up this hill, and there was a beautiful view, and I saw the ocean, and there was these 2 people walking ahead of us, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure they're on a date. And we were like laughing about first dates and how awkward and how like overly nice you always are on a date, and that was really funny. And we got to the top of the mountain, and for some reason I started rapping 8 Mile like Eminem. And that's just like one portion, but I actively focus on my day and what was fun or exciting or beautiful about it. Because there's like, I just know that that's the case for all of you, that all of your days are so full and so fun and so rich if you just look for it. This is an extra long live, Bruno. Yeah, I know. I should go soon because I am going to play tennis like in 15 minutes. Will lead insights. I learned by the hard way that I free when the cattle start to call me crazy because I'm different, curious, always ask questions. Yeah, that's cool. You're so free that like you're free to be different. And that's actually like an excellent statement, that your being different is a kind of freedom. If you have to be the same, if you're the same, then you're the same. And it kind of constrains you in different ways. There's like freedom inside everything. Again, like constraints are freeing. That's when you get overwhelmed. That's okay, gods. And like, you're doing so well. Like, also be easy on yourself, and be easy on yourself. And I know I use the word force. You don't have to force yourself, but I just want to say that it's more like you don't have to do anything. You don't ever have to do anything. But if there's something in the past that is still there for you, you are free to look at it in a new light so that it's no longer overwhelming or painful. So that literally like it just becomes like a different event, a different experience. And you're reclaiming that experience as opposed to just taking the immediate first reaction of what that experience meant when it happened, and just going along with that for years. That's what people do. You're reclaiming it by saying like, no, I'm going to define what it is. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to find good in this. It feels really, really good to do that. I just want to say. Bruno ain't gonna complain. I like it that the live is so long. Adams, did you see that link I sent you about what they wear at Hooters? Yes, I did see it, and that is so much better than what I had to wear at Tim Hortons. No offense, Tim Hortons, but if you're like on this live, I think we would all appreciate a change of uniform. Bruno, learn from it. The past is the past. Learn from it. Eventually, it will be a faded memory. Yes. More what I want to point to is that what you're remembering always in the past is a perspective, is an experiencing of those events. That's what you're really always reacting and responding to. So when you change that, you change the past. Does that make sense? It's always like how you experienced it as a human being. You're not so much remembering, almost no one really like remembers purely in just like facts. It's more of like a feeling and the associations and the meaning you made of things. So once you change those meanings, it literally does feel like a different past, because it is. Neko Taxi, you are doing so well. Thank you so much for modding. You're killing it. Indie Tanuch. Sorry if I don't say your name right. You're having contact lenses. Don't get the eyes on which I don't have the contact lenses, but thank you for complimenting my eyes. Look for crazier Adams. I probably would have complained about the Hooters outfits too. I just wouldn't have worked at Hooters. I didn't have the chest for it, I'll be honest. Gods, I just want to say, like, I think you're amazing and everything's working out. And everything always has been working out. You have 3 chubby cats, Bia? Okay. What is the meaning of low-key and when to use that? And should I write it in English exam? Low-key? Low-key is more slang. I don't know if I would use it in an English exam. It's chill. It's calm. That's what it means. It's like a low key. Like, as opposed to something sharp or like urgent. You have 3 chubby kittens. Sorry, I love that so much. Okay, I've got to go. Love and Marriage written. Angels in the Outfield. Hi. I just want to say hi. I love your name. Great film. Best book ever written, Love and Marriage, written in 1993. I don't know that. Why do you like it? I'm so Canadian. People love our country. Yeah, isn't it nice? Neko Taxi. Who did your background? Angels in the Outfield. What do you mean? It's like, what? It's an office space. That's a new record. Yes, it is. Adams, have you ever heard of the singer Boston? No, who's that? Via Nessa Cast, yeah. I've been meaning to do that. I have like this. I also just really like, don't we like, I feel like this is like, I don't know. Is this a good look on me, guys? I feel like suddenly you're very powerful if you have a mic in your hand. Gods, I've been writing in my journal from 2016 till now. Wow, it is 10 years, and now at 25, I see a book of all my feelings, things that happened, and it's surreal to find the same date as today. Wow, what a record. That's amazing. Yeah. Anyway, I have journals too, and I actually find it really hard to read it because some of the time I'm like, oh, I'm the exact same. And other times I'm like, I don't know this chick. Like, I don't know her. It feels like I'm reading someone else's diary. Okay. I'm gonna go. Bia, you're going to see the ophthalmologist this week. Get new glasses. You wear glasses, girl? Cole, hi, I'm leaving, but I'm sorry, but thanks for stopping in. Gods, just saving you. Yeah, of course. I will stay being me. You stay being you too, okay? You're incredible. This 1.5 hour live, it made my day. It made your day. The comment made my day. Also, you've been like king of this chat, so thank you for everything you've added to this live. Oh, Cole, you're from Brazil too? Yeah. Boston is a Swedish singer, I could be wrong. Made some good pop music back in the early 2000s. Okay, I'll look it up. Okay, cool. Okay, bye. Yeah, I'm just gonna go, okay? But I love you guys so, so, so much. I'm gonna go, like, play the heck out of some tennis. And I'll be, yeah, I go live at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'll be going live again tomorrow. I don't know what the topic will be, but if you have any suggestions or like just shout it in the chat if you're there and I'll talk about it. If you want any advice or any kind, or you're going through anything, I'm here to talk about it, to tackle it, to just like support you in whatever way I can. I love you all so, so, so much. You're all doing so well, so much better than you think you are. Okay? Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some love. Okay? I love you so, so, so much. I really, really mean